Happy Feel Good Friday. Had some technical challenges getting here to you on the live stream, so we're starting a little late, but we're here. And I have a few questions for you. Do you know you want to live healthier, but you're not really sure how to get started on it, or you have trouble sticking with it? Are you overwhelmed by the mountain of information out there about health and what you should and shouldn't do? And you're maybe a little frustrated because you don't know how to take all that information and kind of piece it together in a way that makes it clear for you what you should do so you can start creating your new healthy life, right? Do you wish there was an easy way, a way to make it simple so that it becomes like a no-brainer for you? If you do, then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to share with you the 4 ingredients that you need to start creating a new healthy life, one that you can do more with ease and joy and that you can stick with, right? That's the real difficult part for a lot of people. So again, happy Feel Good Friday. My name is Donya Fahmy. I'm the Alchemist in Chief for Sustainable Health Solutions, Inc., and the founder and formulator for Dropwise Essentials. I'm also a speaker, best-selling author, and a natural health and lifestyle expert. And how I got to be an expert was through the years of firsthand experience using natural solutions and alternative approaches to overcome almost 2 decades of chronic health problems that doctors and medications can't resolve. So I'm no stranger to fatigue, chronic fatigue, low energy, and all the different ways that it can diminish the quality of your life, and not to mention a whole host of other health issues that I've had in the past, but thankfully have gotten past for the most part. Anyway, it's my passion really to help other people like you experience the power and the magic of using natural solutions to have more energy, better health, better focus, because it's all connected, right? If you are low on energy, there's a good chance that you have an underlying health issue that needs to be addressed and resolved. And sometimes it's not as complicated as it may seem. So I'm also committed to making it easy and fun for you to get into healthier lifestyle choices so you can enjoy more health and energy and get to do all the things that you want to do. So let's start the 4 ingredients you need to get started creating your new healthy life. Number 1 is awareness. Like anything in life, when we have a challenge or dissatisfied with something, it starts with bringing awareness to what that issue is, or what that challenge is, or what that problem is. So then you can begin to figure out what it is you need to do to address it, right? So you may be aware, obviously, if you're here watching this, you are aware that you may not be living as healthy as you could. Or you may be aware that you're tired all the time or frequently low on energy. You may be aware how not having energy is having an adverse impact on your relationships, on your ability to spend quality time with family and friends, social life, activity at work or in your business, and maybe even your self-confidence, right? So you may be aware of all those things, and part of that awareness might include an awareness that maybe you're not eating as healthy as you could be. Maybe you're not sleeping enough. You're not sleeping well. You're not getting enough sleep. Maybe, I don't know. It could be any number of things, right? Maybe you're just too stressed out. You have a lot of issues going on. And a lot of them are probably pretty low-lying in the sense that they're not acute, but they're just there all the time. So you're kind of aware of this dissatisfaction with your life, and you want to make a change, right? So the other thing is that you have some bad habits that you really want to get rid of, right? Or that you should get rid of. And you probably have some guilt and some shame around habits. So let's get rid of the guilt and the shame. The deal with habits is that the only way you can get rid of a bad habit is to replace it with a better habit, right? So the deal with habits, it's like a habit is just a repetitive pattern that's been hardwired into your brain. And the only way that you can actually get rid of that habit is to replace it with a better habit and recondition or rewire your brain to record that new habit. So it takes some stick-to-itiveness, if you will. That's I think where most people get hung up. They're not sticking to it and not doing it enough for it to stick. And that might be partly because they don't know what to replace the bad habit with. So let's say your habit, you want to stop eating sugar. You want to kick your sugar habit, or you want to eat less sugar. If you don't know what foods to eat to replace the sweets that you're eating, then you're not going to be able to get rid of that habit very easily, and it's going to just, you're going to get stuck in that habit. If, let's say, you want to smoke, well, you need another activity. I mean, sorry, you don't want to smoke, you want to stop smoking. If you want to stop smoking, you got to have some other activity that replaces that activity. And if you don't know what the activity is that you can do, you're going to have trouble getting rid of that habit. So habits, are really where it starts. And the reason you might not have, or you might not have a lot of success in getting rid of your old habits is ingredient number 2, which is commitment, right? It's like you have to commit to doing whatever it takes to get rid of that habit you don't like, or that's interfering with your health or your energy, and do whatever it takes, and just do it until it's done, right? So part of that is also making your health a priority. You have to commit to put your health first. And if it's not a priority, you're not going to follow through and do what you need to do to make that a reality, right? So, we have a lot of limiting beliefs about what we can and can't do, like what's possible for us, what's not possible for us. And then we get into these stories in our head that sort of validate why we can't have what we want, or why it's not going to work for us, or why we don't deserve it. So here are the 3 most common reasons I see why people get stuck and they don't commit. They don't, they're not all in 100% when it comes to their health. First, they think they don't have enough time for that. The time is kind of a tricky thing, right? I mean, we're all crazy busy these days, so we all feel like we don't have enough time for all the things we want or need to do. But the reality of it is that we all have the same 24 hours in a day, same, 7 days in a week, 30 days in a month, or 31 days, 365 days a year. We all have the same time. But why are some people able to fit in the things that they want or need to do and others not? See, the thing is, successful people don't find time. They make time. They make time for their priorities. And that's why they're able to do it. So if you are feeling like, oh, I don't have time to get the information, or to try this diet, or to do this, or to do that, whatever it is that you need to do in your world to make living healthy a reality for you, if you feel like you don't have time, then you got to go back and reevaluate your priorities. And the first thing you can do is go look at your calendar, because your calendar will show you what your priorities are. In other words, what are you making your priority right now? And is that really what you should be making as your priority? So once you take a little bit of time to reevaluate, then you can start to say, okay, where in my busy life and my calendar are there some things I can let go of? They're not absolutely necessary. So I can create some space to make time for the thing I need to do for me, whatever it is. So that if you're not engaging, if you're looking at your calendar and you don't have activities in there that you're engaging in on a regular basis that are designed to support you being healthy and living healthy, then you need to reevaluate your priorities, right? And then the flip side of that coin is, and this is kind of fun, I find this kind of funny, it's like, if you consider how much lost time and productivity happens when you're sick, when you're not well, it almost seems kind of silly to think, I don't have time to get healthy, or to find out or figure out what I need to do to get healthy. Because if you don't have time to get healthy now, when are you going to find the time to be sick? I mean, think about it, right? Okay, so that's first. And then the next one is, a lot of people think, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. I can't afford it. Okay, and this is another one. If you look at your checkbook, it shows you where your priorities are, right? And I like to tell people to think about it this way. If you think wellness is expensive, try illness. Okay? Yeah, wellness is expensive, but like, it seems like a lot of things in life now are expensive. It's just kind of the way we're going. Everything is costing more and more. And so again, it comes back to, what are your priorities? And if your health is a priority, then why aren't you finding a way to make it work for you? Okay, so a lot of people, where I think a lot of people fall down in this respect, is that they don't look at their health as an investment. It's not only an investment in you, it's an investment in your future, and in the future of the people who love you and depend on you, if you have kids, or if you have family, or whatever the situation may be. So again, this is a limiting belief, and one of the things that drives it, another thing that drives it, is self-worth. So a lot of times, and self-worth drives all these limiting beliefs, deep down inside, we don't feel like we're worthy of the expense and the perceived hassle. So, if you don't feel like you're worthy deep down inside, are you going to find the time, make the time? Are you going to find the money? And are you going to give it a go? So the third one was, you don't believe that whatever it is you're going to do is actually going to work for you. Yeah, it's not going to work for me. I know that, so I'm just not even going to bother trying. So again, that one's driven by self-worth. So if you're having self-worth issues, you're going to have doubts and questions about whatever it is you're looking at doing. You're not going to know if it's the right thing for you. So, that brings me to the next step, which is the third ingredient, education. You have to educate yourself, okay? Things are changing a lot in the world, and they're changing at a pretty fast pace. So you kind of have to keep up in order to know. But at a really core level, you have to understand that healing and health are an active state, not a destination. It's not like a once and done thing. You don't like find the magic solution and then you do it and then everything goes smoothly. It's an ongoing kind of thing. And that's why it's really important to, arm yourself with reliable information and ongoing education. There's so much out there that you may not be aware of. Most people are not aware of. And why, I'm not sure. Probably because there's not a whole lot of people out there talking about this or teaching it. Okay. But I mean, really, if you think about it, do you know if the food that you're eating on a regular basis, do you know if it's contributing to your inflammation or if it's helping to lower your inflammation? Do you know if the personal care products that you're using every day are throwing your hormones out of balance? Do you know if the lipstick you're using has lead in it? Do you know what furnishings in your home may act as a hotbed for contaminants and toxins that you are constantly breathing in and day out? I mean, there's so much, right? And this is the thing. Again, you have to commit to making it a priority, and then you have to seek the education. You have to invest in the right kind of education so you know what kind of right action to take, right? So that brings us to number 4. The fourth ingredient is getting into right action, right? So, once you make the commitment to make healthy living your new normal, then you can invest in the right type of education. So you know that you're doing everything that you need to do and you're not scrambling. So here's the thing, a lot of people, and I hear this from a lot of people think they already know what to do and they're just not doing it. So I'm going to challenge you, if this is you, that maybe the real reason you're not doing it is because deep down inside you're still not really sure what it is you're supposed to do, because there's so much freaking information, right? And you're getting it from different sources. You've got one friend telling you, oh, do the Whole30 diet. Another friend said, no, do the keto diet. Another person says, just become a vegan. Really? Okay. Or you have a family member that's saying, read this book, watch this movie, or go to this website. And so you have all this information that you're piecemealing together, and you don't have a way to put it into a framework that's simple and easy for you to understand, that makes it really clear. What's the next step? What's the action? What's the action I can take? So it's no surprise if you have trouble getting into action, if you have doubts and you have trouble committing. All of those things come from confusion, I think, and lack of clarity about what's the right move, what's the next step, what should I do, what's going to work, right? And the simple truth and reality about all of this is that no one thing you do is going to do the trick, right? It's a series of actions or activities that you do on a consistent basis is what gets you to having a healthier life, right? And that's why I created the Healthy Living Made Easy program, right? I wanted to find a way to make it easy for you to get the knowledge that you need so that you're in right action and you're not spinning your wheels, wasting time, or not taking action because you're just not really sure, right? You kind of sort of just saying, okay, maybe later I'll do that. Well, that sounds interesting. I'll do that another time. Because here's the thing. It's like all the time that you spend in indecision, inaction, or misguided action is lost time. You're never going to get that time back. So you got to ask yourself, is that really worth it, right? So I've taken we're in this 5-week online course, I've taken my over 20 years of firsthand knowledge and research and experience and distilled it into these simple action steps that you can take, create a simple framework where it makes it really clear, crystal clear, very quickly, where and how your health is being compromised and what simple actions you can take on a consistent basis to make sure that you are now setting yourself up to have more energy and better health. Right? So, if you are committed, if you're already committed and you know that the next step for you is to get the knowledge and the guidance and support, because that's part of the package, then I want to invite you to join me for the next session. It starts at the end of this month, October, and we run through mid-December. We'll have a week off during Thanksgiving. So you'll have access to short weekly video training on that week's topic, and then there'll be a live Q&A call where you can get ability, you can get support and guidance. So I'll be holding your hand, so to speak, every step of the way. And if you slip or you run into an obstacle, you've got me and you've got the other participants to help support you and get you through it so that you keep going. Because it is a kind of like it's not a race, it's a marathon. But I don't mean to make it sound like that's hard, because marathons are hard, but it just means there's you have to do this sort of consistent action and stick with it. And sometimes that's hard to do, right? And so if you have some guidance and support and you have the correct information you need to know what to do, it becomes a lot easier to do it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So again, we get this 5-week online program, and it starts at the end of October. And the investment for that is $397. That's the regular price. However, because you're here with me and you took the time to watch this and to stick with me to the end, I want to give the opportunity for you to have an early bird discount. So if you enroll in the program before next Friday, October 18th, you'll get an early bird discount, which is $100 off the regular price. And if splitting it into 2 payments makes it easier for you to make the decision, you can do that too. Right? I want to make this easy for you, a no-brainer, so that you can start to create your new healthy life and have that be a no-brainer for you too. Now, if you would like to enroll, I'm going to put the link up here. That's the link, and I'll post the links in comments as well. You can enroll there. And that's also where you can select the 2-pay option if you decide that's what you want to do. If you're kind of on the fence, you're not sure, you have questions, you want to know more, I'm happy to jump on a quick phone call with you to answer those questions and see if this is a good fit for you. And so if you want to do that, I'd like to invite you to schedule your call, and here's the link for that. Okay. And I have limited availability next week because I'm traveling. So if you're interested and you want to take advantage of the early bird discount, make sure you schedule that call right away. Schedule it right now so that we can get on the phone. If you can't find a time that works, tag me in the comments here below, and I will reach out to you and we'll figure out a time that we can do to make it work. Okay. And one more thing I want to say is I like to reward fast action takers, because fast action takers always get the best results. Decisiveness pays, right? So the first 5 people that will enroll before October 15, which is Tuesday, will get a bonus of your own copy of the 5-Day Energy Booster Challenge, which we just completed earlier this week. So that's it for now. I hope you got some value out of this today. And have a great weekend. Until the next time, here's to creating your wellness success and your new healthy life. Okay, bye now.